So what you see, which is very peculiar, is that I've decided to not wear a glove on this particular session, and I've had this always weird thing. When I first started hammer, I didn't wear a glove, and whether that helped or didn't help, but regardless of the reality of the situation, is that most hammer throwers, the professionals, don't wear the heavy duty glove that wraps around your hand. And also, some of them say that they only use 3 fingers, which is another theory that we'll have to get into. But my point in doing the no glove thing is to try not to be pulling on the hammer, because if you pull on the hammer and you're not wearing a glove, it's not going to feel good. I believe that it would help me relax and sort of get through some throws without being so forceful as I would, because I'm obviously going to be frustrated. I hadn't thrown in a long time, and I've actually thrown consistently, somewhat consistently as of lately, and I don't want to get too caught up in the numbers. And that little thing right there, I believe, is something that will prevent me from thinking about that, because when you do wear a glove, it helps. And you're able to pull on the hammer at the right time, of course, when you need to, and not experience so much abrasion and callousness. But I started off with the PTSDs. If you don't know what the PTSDs are, progressive turn drill. I just named it PTSD because PTSD makes sense to me, and it sticks. So start off with those. Was not getting them in the right direction at all. Didn't like what was happening there. I would like to do the stick drill. Actually ran out of time on this particular night, and I called it early. I didn't want to be looking for my hammers. It's always a pain in the butt. So I came back the next day with the 15-pounder. I got through some pretty decent throws here, and was able to, I don't know, get some decent technique in. Wasn't perfect, but felt better than I thought it would, because I hadn't thrown for a long time. I was trying to think about, and I have this hypothesis right now. I don't know if me taking more reps is going to help me trying to take more reps in a short period of time, because I do have a lot of different things to do. And so I'm sort of more caught up in right now, do I need to be more efficient about what I'm doing out here, in the sense of maybe I don't take a lot of throws. Maybe I'm just trying to take the best throws that I can take, and then come back the next day and take the best throws that I can take, instead of me getting caught up in taking an X amount of number of throws and X amount of number of throws with the 6K. I'm almost willing to bet that if I get my warm-up in and I make sure that I'm effective with my reps, I believe that I could still improve with doing less reps. I don't know, somewhere in between 10 and 15, because I tried to get through 20 today, and I rested once or twice, and it just seemed like a lot in an hour. And I'm limiting myself to an hour because I don't believe that those are pretty thorough, but I don't believe that I should spend more than an hour out here, at least from now. I think when I have more time, when I create more time for myself, I think I can, and maybe on the weekends I can do the couple hour thing, take 30 or 40 throws or what have you. But during the week, I definitely have to limit the sessions, because yes, too much to do and too little time, and I need the reps. So not throwing is almost not an option. I could just go to the weight room, which could potentially be effective, but I'm not 100% sure. So I think that I'm going to go with less is more as my theory on this first little block. If I need to up the volume as I go, I think there's going to be a way that I can do that, but it's definitely going to be me being time effective with my weekends. It's not going to be during the week. That's for sure. Too many things to do. So did some 6Ks, did some 15s. The 6K definitely feels better. There's a tendency for me to want to go hard on those guys, and hey, it doesn't feel too bad. Thought that it was going to be a lot worse than what it felt. The entry feels strange sometimes. Sometimes it felt almost like a D-Haw entry. And I noticed that he toe turns, and it's almost like he wraps the ball around instead of letting the ball fall into the center. It's a weird conundrum that I've sort of noticed from watching a bunch of different throwers, and I mean, there's no wrong or right idea, right? It's just something that I definitely do notice and have taken note of. Ended up coming back out here. This is a different ring. Took the 6K. I think this one landed, it was 45 plus, but the technique was excellent. So I'm pretty satisfied about that. So at least the block on the finish. So I've been trying to run a little bit, trying to run as much as I can. I don't know what the correlation is going to be. I should probably do more sprints than I should do long distance runs, but I kind of like to do a little bit of long distance runs. I used to run with the cross country runners back in the day, if you didn't know, and it's something. It's part of the fitness journey, if you will. If you were a sprinter, a professional sprinter, you probably wouldn't run miles, but I would beg to differ. I still would maybe run miles. So it's a conundrum when it comes to me throwing and me running, but I believe that this first, I mean, especially at the beginning of the year, it's probably not going to hurt anything. I think that on a longevity, on a long period of time, I think that I'll see some bad effects with my weightlifting and everything else if I continue to run. But hey, we're going to run a little bit here and there. We're going to do a heavier load of cardio because I definitely need some cardiovascular endurance. I haven't been very consistent with my training as I should be, and if you don't use it, as you know, you'll lose it. So got some CrossFit type style workouts built into the system. I'm also going to build in the heavy sessions too, but yeah, I'm sort of split between, do I spend more time in the weight room or do I spend more time outside throwing in? I don't think I do either. I think that I just make sure that I do both and try to adjust as I need to. If I think that I need to lift heavier or what have you, well, I'm going to have to take a little bit more time in the weight room, take my time, because there's no way that you can lift heavy and go fast to the workout. Right now, it's going to be quick. We're going to quite try to be quick and hit it, and get some recovery in as well, but I'm sort of in the back of my brain until the weekends or until I can forge a little bit more time during the week to get some stuff done, then I'm not going to worry about it too much. It's part of the game. I mean, the professionals, this is all that they do, and maybe not, but this is mostly what they do, and they have time to spend more time training, and I don't. All I can do is the best that I can do with my time, and that's what I'm going to do. So it's a pick your battles thing, and it's taken me a long time to realize that. So, but that's just about all I got, guys. You should already know what the deal is. Run on your toes, keep your mouth closed, lock your doors, and save your throws. Most importantly, live to fight another day. I'm going to get out of here.